So this is something new we're doing on the channel. Basically, it's gonna be replay analysis. All right, so basically, it's gonna be replay analysis. I get people to send in clips because I've been getting quite a few requests on, hey, can you give me tips on my gameplay, or can you, give me tips on how to rank up? It's not really easy to give people tips on how to rank up unless you see them play. I can't just give you generic tips. I mean, I can, but at the same time, it's like, that won't really help everybody. So I guess I decided to do a replay analysis series, and maybe that'll help out, the people that ask me individually. Maybe they can, get some insight to what I'm thinking when I'm looking at them play and apply it whenever they, training or whatever the case may be. I'm not, some amazing ass player, but I've managed to at the very least, hit GC every season. So maybe I can give some insight to those who are trying to reach that at least, and hopefully I can give y'all some helpful tips. So we got one replay from one of my subs. He asked me to do an analysis on his, so we're gonna start with that one, and we're just gonna jump straight into it. So we're gonna start off with a replay from one of my good friends actually, and he's, I think, around champ 2 or champ 3 level. I'm not positive. I think he kind of like fluctuates from time to time, but he's been telling me, solo queue is bad, which is obviously true for everybody, but there's always ways to improve yourself, So let's just check it out. I'm gonna probably play around like 20 seconds or so and see if I can notice anything wrong off rip. We're gonna just go ahead and let it play. Okay, good face off. Very questionable. Alright, so I know it's probably about 5 things wrong already. Granted, he did just get a goal off of this, but there's still, there was still a lot of mistakes. Turn the music down because it's kind of hard for me to articulate myself. But so let me just go back. So this face off wasn't bad. It was actually a decent face off. You know what I mean? My issue is right about there. So if you're gonna do that, at the very least, wave dash. At the very least, wave dash. You know what I'm saying? You jumped on the wall, landed really, really badly, and it just slowed your momentum down. And then to regain that momentum, you used a whole bunch of boosts before you really even started moving anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So about right here, you only had 70 boosts left. By the time you jumped off the wall, you had 45, and you just grabbed a 100 pad like 3 seconds ago. You know what I'm saying? And nobody was contesting the ball. So you really don't need to be using all that boost. Also, your teammate has been back from face-off. You know what I'm saying? So you should have probably grabbed the boost and then just left and allowed him, you know what I'm saying, or gave him some time to really go up and how to say it, go up and give you an opportunity to score. You could have given him some time to either break down the defense, set up a pass, score himself, or you could have just played cleanup. So here, if you're gonna go for ball and boost, which is there's nothing wrong with that. I probably would have done the same thing. I would have probably waited until the ball bounced off the wall there, just to meet my car when it hit the ground, and then caught the boost afterwards. And then I would have probably left. And if I didn't leave, I would have made sure that I was in a good position, like off landing or something, to actually continue going for the ball. So here you kind of jumped for it from a little distance to the wall, and you just like completely stopped on your landing for like a half a second, and then try to start driving again using all your boosts just to get up to where the ball was. At that point, you just wasted a whole bunch of time, a whole bunch of boosts. So that really wasn't good. Yeah, that was, and your teammate went for that. I want to see exactly what happened, like from his point of view. Okay, yeah, see, he jumped for it because you were so slow, and he jumped for it because he obviously saw you had no momentum. Granted, he probably shouldn't have jumped from the distance he was at anyway, because he didn't even have much boost, but that's another discussion. You know what I'm saying? So in this case, you probably should have just left. Your landing there was pretty bad too. You gotta work on those wave dashes. Just get those smooth landings down. All right, so here's another thing that I noticed. So here, after you jump forward, your landing was kind of slow, but that's all right. You got back, but My issue is, look at all this yellow around you. All of that yellow around you. You know what I'm saying? You turn ball cam off. They still had control of the ball, kind of, not really, you know, that well, but you got like 10 boost pads around you, 10 small boost pads. You opted out of all of that. You kept 0 boost the entire time until you got back here to go for this. Now, if they had gotten a good shot or a good pass, or even just like got themselves in a position to get a good pass in playoff, you fried. You really fried them. You have to rely on your teammate, and who knows, you know what I'm saying, what can come of that. So you need to start grabbing boost pads, like the smaller pads, any chance you get. You know, of course, that's a lot easier said than done because that muscle memory will have you just going for that 100 pad, but try to incorporate grabbing those mini boost pads as well, because you had 0 boost the entire time coming back until you got here. They could have easily shot that on your teammate or anything, and you would have been slow rotating back, you know? That was a poor hit from him, of course. Here, I felt like you probably should have turned around all the way before jumping for this, because again, you wasted a lot of boost. Your teammate did jump to try to challenge in order to give you a safer option, which is nothing wrong with that, but in my opinion, you probably didn't really, like, you weren't really in enough danger for you to jump from way back here. Especially because he hit the ball like way off to the side. Well, he hit the ball kind of straight, but he jumped way off to the side, so you probably should have waited. And then that was a pretty poor hit. I understand what you were trying to do. You were trying to hit it soft so you can land and catch up, but try to maintain control of it. Even if you do a soft hit, you know what I'm saying? You want to land smoothly and be able to follow up afterwards. In this case, they just kind of all gave you a lot of space and time for no reason. All right, so that's good shots. On to the next. Face off like rotations and stuff. It's a big variable. I can't really tell you what to do because a lot of people have their different preferences and stuff. But here, that was just mechanical. It was really just a bad flick. Not really a bad decision to go for that. And here you go again, going for these 100 pads. And there, you did not have to throw that away. And I understand because I do that a lot sometimes too. Like I just go for a hard clear when I don't necessarily have to. But notice here, you know the guy that just hit the ball, he's not out of the play, but he can't really follow up anymore. He's tangled up with your teammates. So you got one guy back there, and he way back there. He's not gonna reach the ball anytime soon. So you have an option here to really slow down the play. You know what I'm saying? And you can take it upfield. You can get you a juke. You can sauce him up. You can pass it off to the left to your teammate, which he'll probably be because that's where he's going right now. But you have so many different options. You know what I'm saying? You chose to just hard clear, which is it's not really wrong, but you know, it's not always the best option. It was still a solid hit. They panic jumped for no reason. I wouldn't say panic jump, but you know, he didn't really have to jump in there for that. So here, let me see, because what? All right. So you probably should have left here, honestly. You kind of got saved when this guy did that, but you probably should have left here because had he made like contact with that and gotten a really good touch, you know what I'm saying, you were gonna be way upfield by the time the ball was, you know, downfield for them. You would have to rush back. You know, you never know what your teammate gonna be doing. I don't know why I paused it on that shit. It damn near blinded me. You still gotta go, but yeah. So here, I would just rotate back. I would honestly just rotate back. You hit it there. Jumped off the wall, you had like 38, you grabbed a boost. I would probably circle back around just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, at least give myself some time and to gain some momentum on a shot or whatever the case may be. But you gotta go somehow, so. I see you try to lay a face off there. Not bad. Here, you probably shouldn't be on the same side as your teammate. It happens sometimes, like sometimes, you know, sometimes you will be on the same side as your teammate, but here he had control. He didn't really do much with it, but he definitely had control of the ball. So if he had chose to hit it mid or whatever the case may be, you way over here, you're not gonna be able to do much with it. And then here, after he got dunked, you could have made I guess like a different decision. You know what I'm saying? So you chose to keep going up and circle around to the right. There's no way from where he was gonna be able to hit that ball again to the right. Look at his car. His car is, you know what I'm saying, on this side, and the ball is on this side. He can't hit it over there anymore. So for you to circle back around this way kind of made no sense to me. And now you forced to chase the ball, and you have no boost now. Which here, after you were forced to chase the ball there, I probably would have went back. I wouldn't say back, but I probably would have turned and got that mid boost right there at least. Like that mid boost that's right over there. I wish I had a damn pointer so y'all could see I was trying to figure that out, but you probably should have went for that mid boost over there. Now you got no boost, you forced to rush back. You wasn't really focused on grabbing pads again. Yeah, so your teammates shouldn't have missed that, but it happens. In my opinion, you could have done a lot more with this as well. Here, you put yourself in a position to where you were about to challenge, but you didn't really challenge. In this instance, you got to either make a decision. You got to either go for the ball fast or you got to rotate back. Don't really get caught stuck in the middle, like, you know, just traveling up the wall, not really doing nothing productive with the ball. Even if you get beat to it, at least try to hit the guy so he doesn't have a follow-up. But you allowed him to, you know, keep going and just have a follow-up and score on your teammates. So that's, you know, that happens. Let me see. Now, how do I make these videos without making them super long? This is already like 15 minutes. All right, so here. All right, that's not bad. Just going for an aerial. You probably didn't have to go for an aerial again here. Look how much space you have on the field. You really didn't need to fly for this. Unless you were about to get an absolute top right, you know what I'm saying, banger of a shot. It's not really any need for you to just fly up for this. It's not, unless you were planning on passing it to your teammate, which would have been a good option, but you didn't choose to do that. So this is why I say this is not smart. First, like it's like 3 things wrong with this one specific thing, and after this, I'm gonna probably skip ahead a few goals. For one thing, you know Dynamic can't go for the ball again, so you really didn't have to fly for this because Adiu or whatever his name is, he's way on the other side. He's not about to reach the ball anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first issue. B, you could have passed it to Elgato. I don't know, you know, what he could have done. Like, I don't know what he would have done with it, but you always have to give them an option. Like, don't just choose to hit it straight towards the net all the time. You know what I'm saying? You fly here, you hit it down right to Elgato, he could probably rip off the wall and get a power shot. You know? And then even if his shot is off target, you can circle midfield, follow up, or, you know, it opens up so many doors for you. But you chose to hit it here. This is my issue with this on top of that. You know you was not getting a goal. You know you weren't getting a goal. So when you hit it left, Elgato, if he wants to go for a cleanup there, he gonna have to rush all the way midfield. He probably gonna waste all his boots just to get midfield, and he not gonna have a shot himself. You know what I'm saying? So you hit it way over to the left. I mean, he hit it anyways, but you chose to stay with it. So let me see what Elgato was doing right here. He was ready for the pass. He was chilling right here, waiting for your pass. He didn't get it, so he had to go all the way to the left. And, you know, he was slow in his rotation as well. So, yeah, that's what happens with that. You just try to opt in for the pass a little bit more, and also don't always try to just hit the ball away from yourself. Try to maintain control sometimes, you know. I'm going to just skip ahead a lot because, goodness gracious. So let me see what happened here. Let me go in. Okay, so here. Okay, so I wouldn't have slowed that down. Honestly, mostly because, boom, you know what I'm saying, you're beating your opponent to the ball. So you could have probably just rolled the ball up the wall, grabbed the boost as well. But you chose to, like, slow down and let him catch up, which is weird. And then your hit off the wall wasn't really great. Slight mistake there as well, I noticed. You probably shouldn't have. And this is like very, 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 like, this is like a very, very subtle thing. I would not have turned to the left here like you did. See how you turned to the left and went up the wall, and then you got beat right after that? You know where the ball's going to bounce. Slow your momentum down right here. Grab the boost. Let the ball bounce off the wall, and then it's going to be right in front of you. And at least you can go for a 50. And you put him in a bad position, and then he made a Bad. Yeah, see, oh yeah, that was just a bad sequence of events. So boom, you rotated to the left here for some reason. You got beat. You got a poor touch. You got another poor touch. And you got scored on. So his first touch was just really poor. His second touch, it was a poor touch, but it was also him, you know what I'm saying, just kind of panic jumping in the way for the save, which is not bad. It happens. But that shouldn't have happened in the first place. Like the whole sequence, you know what I'm saying? So just try to be more mindful of your teammate as well. It's a solid face off. You wasted way too much boost there. Try to meet this right here. In this case, try to go up the wall. Like, I wish I had a damn pointer, but you know where the ball is going to bounce on the wall. So you should try to go up and meet that shit right there. Get you a power clear. You know what I'm saying? If anything. And if you're going to allow it to bounce off the wall, you should have probably jumped off the wall right here. You waited until it got way in front of the net. And hypothetically, if Dynamic was up there, he could have banged that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't touch the ball until it was like way down here. So, and it was still a pretty poor touch, and he was able to rip it right back in net, and then boom, another goal because your teammate wasn't able to defend. So I don't know, it's always like, okay, yeah, you could think on the surface level like, dang, my teammate really got scored on here, but at the same time, it's like, look at what you did to put him in that position. Now he got two defenders shooting on him. He probably don't know what to do. He probably stuck. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make better touches yourself and put yourself in better positions to recover. You know what I mean? Skip ahead, skip ahead, skip ahead. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of the things that I've said can probably be used in other situations in this match. I don't really need to analyze every single detail, And this is my first time doing it, so I'm probably rambling a lot. Okay. Yeah, see, so that was you could see exactly what's wrong here. I'll just go from here. So yeah, that was a terrible decision for you to like slow down in the way that you did. I understand slowing down because that's not bad, but if you're gonna slow down, at least meet him at the ball. Don't slow down and then still allow him to beat you. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna slow down, do a drift turn, 50 it, you know what I'm saying, or just slow down, jump in front of it like with the side of your car, side flip, get a good 50 either way, but don't slow down and then still allow him to get a shot on net. That's kind of pointless. Either, you know what I'm saying, going to shadow and go forward and save his shot, or you're gonna 50 it off first. So you allow him to still get a shot, and then you have to do that weak touch yourself. The teammate spawned here. Here, I don't know. I don't even understand why you kept going for that. I really don't. Your teammate spawned. He got the boost. You see him grabbing the boost right there. Here, you just make a right turn. You circle back to net, get some boost pads. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going to happen. So you circle back, but instead you chose to drive all the way up here. I don't understand why. That was a very terrible decision. And now you're rushing back to get a panic save because your teammate missed. You honestly still shouldn't have even jumped for that, to be honest, because even if they had shot this from where you were, there's no way that you were going to beat him. There's no way you're going to beat the opponent to the ball. Like the way you flew and everything, you probably should have just stayed on the ground. So now you didn't hit the curb and landed on the second side of the net, or landed on the left side of the net, and then had how much boost? 4 boosts by the time you left the net. So you just wasted pretty much like a full boost tank and didn't really do anything productive. So just be more calm in your rotations. You know what I'm saying? Don't really put yourself in positions like that where you really can't be productive at all. There, you probably shouldn't have even hit that as well. Like that wasn't a bad decision to hit that, but at the same time, it's like you probably could have just drove up the wall because you knew the ball was coming over. They probably could have just drove up the wall and then got a hit that would center it for your teammate again, or just set up something that would slow the defense down a little bit. But you chose to hit it there, and then you basically passed it to the guy. And there, you just need more control. As you can see, you probably could have taken your time. Like you have the whole right side over there to deal with. You probably could have slowed it down, grabbed that 100 boost if you really needed it, and gotten something productive going with the play. But you kind of just like slowed down and then hit it too far ahead of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just kind of out of your reach. The guy just beat you to the ball. All right, so now y'all in OT. I guess I'll watch this whole OT. Okay. Okay, so there, don't do that. You got a boost here, right? That guy's way closer to the ball than you. You probably shouldn't even have challenged it. And if you were confident enough to challenge it, at least challenge where you will obstruct something, whether it be him, whether it be the ball, something. You know, don't put yourself in a position to where he's gonna beat you and then you're gonna be launched way upfield. So you knew for a fact that he was gonna beat you here. And I see what you tried to do. You tried to jump off the wall to predict his hit, and he just hit it straight. So yeah, now you fried, you way upfield. And your teammate could have easily gotten scored on there, but there was some good defense by him. Very subtle thing, I'm gonna say it once. Ball is already traveling back towards the center of the field, like on your side as well. Do not grab this boost and rotate all the way to the front. Rotate back this way. Because if he was to just jump up and beam that shit right now, like from where we are, if he was to beam that shit like top right from his point of view, right here. If he was to just go up and beam that shit top right, you're not saving. You're definitely not saving. Yeah, you got saved that his shooting bag not really that deep. I was about to say, how can I get back to you? So yeah, just grab the boost and circle back. You just wasted all that boost again. You had 42 by the time you get to the ball again. Here you had a good opportunity to set yourself up, but since you wasted all that boost, now you don't really have any boost to shoot. And you get a weak shot on net and you get dunked. And now your teammate's back alone. And he had to do force a bad touch, and then you weren't able to get back. So I guess I'll complete that analysis. Just try to take everything that I said and really pay attention to it. Start saving your replays, going back and looking at your replays, and understanding that there's a lot more that you can do to put your teammates in better positions. Even if your teammate may not be the greatest, there's always something that you can do to put them in a safer position to save the ball, or to go for something. There was too many times where I saw you kind of just disregarding your teammate and then expected him to be there whenever they were pressuring him. So just take note of that. Also, your boost management needs a lot of work. Your boost management needs a lot of work. And what else did I notice? What else? Just like your speed when you rotate. Try to move more efficiently. Incorporate some wave dashes in there. Incorporate some drifts. You kind of turn slow, and just work on grabbing pads on your way back. That way, if you do need to just cut back towards the net at any time, you'll have that option instead of going all the way back for the 100 pads. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's all I have to say right now. I kind of rambled on a little bit long. As I said, this is my first time doing this, and it's like I was seeing too many things that I wanted to touch on, but then I had to realize, like, okay, I don't need to touch on every single little detail, because some things, of course, you'll grow on as you keep playing the game. But just take everything that I said, and even if you don't agree to it, just try to understand where I'm coming from, and use that shit and apply that shit in future games. You know what I'm saying? You're probably seeing some improvement. But I think that's about it for this video. So I'm gonna probably do another one in a few days here, because I got some other people sending me some replays. So if y'all want y'all replay analysis, what? If y'all want y'all replay analyzed, just send me the clips on Discord. Send me the date so I don't gotta scroll through 1,000 replays and stuff like that. And there's a possibility to be on it. So like I said, thank y'all for all the love, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.